Okay. It was loud. And hello my little marshmallows, and welcome back to Danganronpa. We are now going to start the class trial, so yay! Also, I was taking a little bit longer because I was trying to fix my capture card situation with OBS because I don't know what's going on, but I finally got the window capture working. I don't know what's going on with the game capture. So now you will no longer see my desktop and anything that might happen. Okay. Anyway, but yes, I am live right now. Let's just hope that this now works and functions as it should be. Yes, it does. Okay. It does. I didn't change the title. I'm still in the Danganronpa title. Whoops. Oh no, I clicked that way accident. Ah, wait. Oh, it did not change. Okay, great. There we go. Okay. Title for the. Anyway, we are back. I didn't post anything for the D&D thing that I did because it's D&D and it's just mainly for fun. And why not? Basically just fun amongst friends. So if you were there and you stopped by, I greatly appreciate it. But anyway. Now this is the actual game, and I'm waiting for my coffee, for my tea to join, to heat up. I'm right now just like making the thing, so give me a minute. Ooh, and hello everyone that has joined. Path. Okay. Twitter post, does the Instagram post is up. Next will be Twitter. There you go. This is basically like a daily, an occurrence almost every single time. I keep forgetting to pull up the link to make sure I have it like on standby. Okay, there we go. It's all posted. Oh, I gotta tell someone. That someone was actually waiting. Okay. Okay. Now we're all set. Now we're all set. Hopefully. And then everything just crashes and burns. That's not what I want. Anyway. We literally left off moments before, and I took a much longer next spot. I was getting past it with this and then I'm just slacking. But we literally left off seconds before the trial got underway. So, yeah. There we go. So, we should have everything like prepared for the trial since I was doing that for the trial. Just gotta move my Discord out of the way. And yeah, let's jump right into it. Trial!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. and that person will earn the right to leave this island. I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go! Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me. I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is. I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident?
Yeah, because this trial does not
We
make
weren't
sense.
able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower from Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning? Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs!
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. How?
So we
okay.
decided to go
Hey,
to the
Balasor.
tower for the time being
See,
and
I
headed for
paid attention to
Strawberry
the
Hall.
chat this time.
But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes. One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
You're the cruelest one here!
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously. We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
Yeah.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon.
Huh?
Well, the weapon is obvious, right?
Huh?
What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You can totally tell just by looking.
You can tell the weapon that is by looking. It wouldn't be much mystery if that was true. The only thing at the crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably... It was the new looking hammer.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime!
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him!
No, it was too new.
No, that's wrong!
If you were at the crime scene, you would have seen
No,
it.
I can't accept that hammer was the murder weapon.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
No.
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
You would have noticed it been wiped
Then why
clean.
bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Huh?
Baby gangster? Me?
Just so y'all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
I thought, maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
It seems that was a waste of time.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
It was the pillar.
That's
But
the
how?
problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle? If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
That was the pillar.
I see! The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon! Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar!
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
We tried to move it, right?
Yeah. They tried. Ah, it's no use. It's barely budging. Didn't I tell ya?
Yeah, that pillar was pretty frickin' heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Come on.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body! With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
Don't be stupid! He ain't the type to commit suicide!
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess you're right.
What the heck?
It does bother me a little. The word suicide. By the way, the fourth murder of the killing school's life was apparently ruled suicide. Huh? No, that doesn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru would have
But
committed
that's
suicide.
a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Huh? For reals?
Yes, for reals.
I see. So my gut was right after all.
So the thing is, the reason why they're thinking it was the pillar and Nekomaru offed himself was because the killing game the killing school trip is matching the killing school life from the first game, and every single incident and how it was ruled and causes of death, well, not really causes of death, but every single little thing is starting to match. Like the death of an innocent matched with the first case, the second case. Trying to remember what the second case was. No, the second case was Chihara, but it's slowly starting to matching. And the fourth case, it was ruled as suicide because it was physically no way possible for anyone to get out of it was literally no way anyone could get in and get out and disguise themselves as the killer because it was physically impossible. And it was all wrong. So because of that, it was ruled as a suicide. I think the third one was 2 people died, and then the second, and then matched again, and then finally the third one was 2 people died, matched, and the fourth one was the killing of it was suicide. And what was this second one? Was that just kill? What was that? Was that killing of an innocent, or was that what was that? I don't remember. For this one specifically. Anyway, the point is that the cases are matching with each other, and the reason why it's weird is because they found a book that said, hey, everything is starting to match about what happened in the school. So there's something going on here.
All right, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go!
Yeah, that's weird.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
They kill and murder Nekomaru by taking over the pillar. Is that really it?
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
No, that's wrong!
No. Because we found fragments underneath
If
Nekomaru's
Nekomaru was
body.
crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body.
But yeah, they were underneath.
Huh? Fragments?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I briefly considered that too, but it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already!
No, the pillar is important.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
Why are you so certain about that?
I just have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we?
Huh?
There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys, the same as usual. You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter. What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
What did you say?
Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
Hey, Nagito, what the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill!
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
A specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Of course I know. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
No, we haven't.
We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon. I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory. It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark devas of destruction.
I see.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
Huh?
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the funhouse.
Huh? The secret of the funhouse?
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Except for Hajime?
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse. Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so
go?
soothing.
Alright.
Faux show! I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
The two houses are connected to the I thought that was the first too. I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
The whole time we've been thinking that the two towers are the same building, but if there was only a mystery, there's one way Nagito would mention it.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
No, that's wrong!
No. There's something wrong with that. Now that we saw what we saw,
Both
there's
of those
something wrong with
towers,
that sentence now.
Are they really the same place?
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
What?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
If so, then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
Does that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said too much.
If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building again.
Bow down! Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
No.
While we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower? But we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it. While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it. Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
What? Okay. See, there's one thing you can't move. It's this.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
I suspect that she's overcoming my argument with such confidence. I need to counter remarks and wait for an
There
opportunity.
are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic, the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene.
It's an odd apple from assumption. There's no way I can understand.
Crap!
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic, the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene. He could have moved it all, easy as pie. It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power, the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene.
Allow me to cut through those words! Moving the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor.
Huh?
When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the E-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
Mirror?
No idea, huh?
The mystery ties to the secret of the funhouse. But we don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. The only way we can do is rely on the person who has the clues.
Hey, Nagito.
I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up. Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly. It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Determine? Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
I have a good reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
He performed the appropriate action in order to... He went to the life-threatening game. He was the only one that went to the life-threatening game.
I see!
You're talking about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you. At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
You took a picture?
Yep.
Nagito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera from his
See?
inner pocket.
This is it.
As he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think it's weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Lots of things that shouldn't make sense in this picture.
Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
This is... Well, for starters, it's this.
Here!
If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was, Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle. Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
I see. And is that it?
Nagito says there's a lot of things that don't make sense in this photo. Which means there's other contradictions contained in it. Nice. That's the only...
Crap!
You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right?
That was weird.
If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then, this is definitely strange. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor.
That's why.
The angles suggest
Okay.
it was taken from higher up.
That's why. I was clicking all over that area because I don't,
That's
I don't
right.
know.
Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me. If you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
I fucking hate this man. Is he talking about that one? Why, hello, Hodge. There, Hodge. Nagato, why are you here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How did you come in here? Maybe I teleported.
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already?
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma Archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
Was that thing just another hint to figure out the mystery behind the funhouse structure? The reason Nagato appeared on the third floor? Using the photo we took, I might be able to find out the answer if I just really think about it. Alright, let's do this. Ow. I keep running into them. Question 1. Do the Strawberry House and the Grape House both exist? Yeah, they do. We were living in them. Not fast enough. Question 2. Are Strawberry House and Grape House the same building or two different buildings? They're the same. Yeah, you actually love this game. Maybe you can help me out with this mystery, because this chapter has got me confused. Because I don't know who did it, but I'm glad that you're here, that you love this game. I did not see that pillar coming. Welcome. Question 3. How are Strawberry House and Grape House positioned with each other? It would be vertically, right? Yeah, because they said it was like top floor and first and second floor. This is chapter 4. The second one.
It's all coming together.
This is this is definitely a good one because we found out that
Got it.
Hajime's,
I know the secret of the funhouse.
because we found out of Hajime's mystery of why he can't remember the talent, and in my past stream we found out, so I can actually just say it. We found out that he's talentless. He doesn't have an ultimate. He's just a regular Nagito's best play. Nagito is just like, I love him, but I'm like, okay, Nagito, here's a pillow. Please go to sleep now. Okay, I won't say I won't judge you that you love him, and I agree. He does have great moments. He's so wild. Yeah, no, he is very wild, especially in Chapter 4 case. He is a loose cannon. But and I just this chapter really does make you think of a lot of stuff. And when they said that all the like every single incident that has been like matching. Yes, this is my first time playing the game. But I have played all of Danganronpa 1. And I have also, and this is my first time playing Danganronpa 2. I have heard about a lot of stuff, but that was like way in the past and I can't remember too much detail of it. So, yeah. Bro, you went right to the end. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House.
I just don't know who could have done
Which
it for
means
this
Strawberry House
mission.
and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story
So
building?
excited. I love this series so much.
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
The Strawberry House is located above. It would be above Grape House.
I see!
Because we even said
On top of
that
Grape House. That's where
there's
Strawberry House is located.
There's that. We even said it. I'm so excited. I love this.
Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap! I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
It
Yeah.
never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes. A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it?
Oh wow.
Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
You've just been Kuma'd! Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
Then, it's true?
The building was really like that?
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
God, these two.
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House. Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple! Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
I feel bad for this man.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers
No.
was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
Seriously. But it seems like not even possible.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
I wouldn't say. I'm not.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair!
So which one was—
Shut up! Just pick one
Okay,
of
so there's
them!
only two of them. So it's basically 50-50. But the thing is that, like, I wouldn't say dummy is, like, the reason. I wouldn't say that, because that's kind of like you need, like, Monokuma.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up!
One of the bodies was actually a dummy!
I don't agree with that.
No, that's wrong!
I don't agree with that. Because Monokuma himself, like, he...
Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy.
Because
That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Because we can prove, besides that, Kazuichi's account, but we can also prove that, Monokuma himself made Mechamaru's body. Like, he even said himself. So, to make a dummy, especially out of, like, spare parts in the funhouse, it's gonna be noticed. Like, 4 is missing, it's gonna be noticed, and that's against school regulation. So that's why I think it's not a dummy. Because there was nothing lying around that could do that. Especially, even if you do complete the life-threatening game. It's like, it's eh? It's like, you can stretch it so far.
Me?
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said,
Not just the parts, but I carefully arranged. When I disassembled all the body, I'll move too.
right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right?
It's all right. Kazuichi is not the killer. If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
I see. That is disappointing.
What?
I'm even more disappointed.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless
I
if we
feel
don't have the
bad for
important
this
answer.
man.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
That's just an elevator. Device that transport things. It's an elevator. A device that goes up and down from the same building? I wonder what it is. Hangman's Gambit. To be honest, I do love the original Hangman's Gambit, but I'll deal with this. You play some wild games. Thank you. Thank you. No. This thing is speeding up.
I got it!
I try to play as a numeral number amount of games.
You must be talking about an elevator.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Yeah.
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator.
Okay, finish reasons. Yay!
So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower? And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
I don't know who I should expect.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
So, Let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil we've been talking about for now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them, not even the fact that they all move with an elevator. The only thing they all have in common... They're all on the floor. From Nekomaru's body parts, to the pillar, to the oil, to the pebbles, to the specifics. Yeah, they're
I see!
They're all there.
Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change?
I don't know who I should suspect though. This is a confusing case. The only hint that I got is like Danganronpa 1 and Chapter 4 of spoilers if you haven't played Chapter 1 of Danganronpa or haven't watched my streams. Was Sakura. Sakura offed herself because she wanted people to live. And Chapter 4, we have Nekomaru, but Nekomaru is too manly and he would never do that. So it is very strange. I don't know.
And?
Who to expect?
And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
In a normal struggle, there's no ceiling. You can only enter one at a time. Only the floor moves. I think our hint was literally just like that's just literally our hint. Like, yes, it's a normal circle, but that doesn't matter. There's no ceiling. Well, technically there is a ceiling. You just can't see it because of all the dazzling lights. Everything has a ceiling. Everything must tap up. You can only enter once at a time. Well, we've already established that we can only enter one side at a time because there are two buildings on top of each other. So the only thing that makes sense is this.
I see!
So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Yeah, because we saw this. We saw this going up and down.
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator.
We saw
Only
this.
the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the
Unless I
first floor of
missed-
Grape
unless I
Tower,
saw
the
it
door
in
on the
my
far
own
back
head,
wall had a
and I
strawberry
thought I saw it.
design.
Unless my brain is done.
And on the fourth floor, which
only
was
thing that
Strawberry
makes
Tower,
sense.
a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then,
I like
where do
this.
the different floors lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Just for show. Why was something like that necessary?
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Did you hear that, mon ami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way, What does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Like I said, you could probably use the parts or the button, but... Seriously, hold on. If you repair, what's gonna happen with the chain on the inside the door? Chain? The door that leads to Strawberry Hall has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix the button to the Strawberry Hall side, the door won't open as long as the chain is there. You don't need to worry about that at all. Huh?
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
Yeah. That's case.
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
I see. Now that you mention, I completely forgot about that matter.
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
I can see why people ship Gundam and Sonya now. I agree. What does this mean? If the two towers are completely connected vertically, the position of the tower should be the same in both houses. When in fact, when my back was facing the elevator in the Grape House, the tower was on the right. And when my back was facing the elevator, the Strawberry House was on my left. How can I break through this contradiction? Ah! I don't know!
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning.
It's clearly contradictory.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
I don't know. Oh, this is weird.
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning.
It's clearly contradictory.
I'll just shoot the
What's
first
with
one
this
that comes
iron
in.
curtain of teamwork?
The only... You know what, I just... So Gundam and Sonya have matching arguments. It sounds like it makes sense, but is that really correct? Okay, let's go through the bullets. We have Kazuichi's, Akane's,
If the two houses are connected
Broken
vertically,
Doorknob, Strength Feeling,
The elevator should move.
Nagito's sudden appearance.
vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the
Okay, those are the 5 bullets. Akane's account doesn't matter. Nagito's appearance help explain one of the bullets. That makes sense. The doorknob should also explain one of the bullets that doesn't make any sense. One of the bullets. What's the bullets again?
the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning.
Contact elevator.
It's clearly contradictory.
Who's contact elevator? Who's contact elevator? The elevator used to move between houses was broken and no longer works. That doesn't matter. So just toss it to Akane and contact elevator, and then we're just left with 3 bullets. The only bullet that broken doorknob. They were going with how everything matches and how the floor moves. The only bullet that makes sense, and all 3 bullets match because a broken doorknob that doesn't. That matches the flowing thing. That matches the floor. The floor moving. You just broke one on the top end if that's the case. Contact failure doesn't matter. Kazuichi's account was that he disassembled it and everything was moved.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
Oh, and Fuyuhiko's account. Wait a minute. Fuyuhiko have an account?
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
However,
Yeah, okay.
at
Then just toss out the 2 accounts except Kazuichi, because that's the only one that... I'll just shoot with Kazuichi's then.
If the the towers are in.
Which means your
It's clearly
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
No, that's wrong!
I also had to think about that! Why?!
The elevator wasn't just moving vertically. Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Ah, that. Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the 2 houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
We are in an amusement park.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with. I'm different from these lowly humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
It just means it has 8 shaped. That's what an octagon. Octa means 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whatever. 8. I can't make an octagon. I'm dumb.
I see!
If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
2, 3, 4,
I didn't expect you to know that.
6.
For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
Seriously, Nagito!
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting
love
the
you.
name Octagon?
Well, I don't. But one of my viewers love you. The plane's befitting the octagon. You. Yeah, you're right. It looks like a...
Crap!
Okay, I have to select something that matches an octagon. Well, let me get an octagon. If it wasn't this, just go up.
Crap!
Okay, what did I gotta do?
Here!
I'm just going up. I'm just going up. I'm just going up.
You're
I'm just
talking about
going
the
up.
secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
How do you not?
Why
love-
is that place the
I love the
Octagon?
chaos, but I also don't
You
love
know
the chaos.
how the four-sided
It's a
strawberry
paradox.
house is on top of the six-sided grape house?
I love the chaos, but I don't love the chaos. I don't know. Nagito is a mixed bags of beans. It's like you get a good one, awesome. You get a bad one, well, there you go. I love it.
If you cut a four-sided shape out of a six-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the funhouse. Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the scenery. And then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
There we go. He's back to his normal self. He's back to his normal chaotic self. The funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon. What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru? And who is the killer who did that? I don't know who it is! This case just dug itself and I don't know.
Hiya!
Well, hello there! I thought of a new bad word to call on. I can already tell I won't be pleased by it. Then let me say it right away. I already used it to insult and slander. There's no way. Wait, no, that's wrong voice. I'm already used to insult and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word. Monami is seriously fatly. That makes much more. That's much more straightforward than I expected. Fatly, huh? That's not all. That's not at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporated all three of those. All three of those would be ta-da! Stufali! Huh? There's a fat in there?
Okay, everyone, all together now. Monami is a serious Stufatly.
I feel bad for Monami. Like, she's just trying.
Hello. I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up.
I feel very...
My heart's thumping like crazy.
Monami, you deserve more love.
I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
Okay.
And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
Monami, you're sounding like Monica. It's scary.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
Hang on, I want to read that. I never expected the funhouse to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's press on ahead. I love that.
Is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
Yeah, you do.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
how they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
The cause of death. He was horribly damaged, so he was beaten senselessly with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that even like the building structure. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death? Beaten by blunt object. I'm gonna use trapped by elevator. Well, there's no elevator. Dead battery. No, don't think. No, I gotta go logically with this one. Falling, but how would he fall? I lost. No, that makes no sense. But none of these options make sense. But this one makes more sense than every other.
I see!
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. What's your argument? What are all these bullets?
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mechamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
Oh, I know the answer. Okay.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor,
You can't go through the door.
It'd be impossible.
Then, after locking they moved the elevator and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget? As long as there's a moving object inside.
No, that's wrong! That sensor should only work if something is moving.
What if something stopped moving?
If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from, yes?
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
I feel so bad for Kazuichi. Just give this man a break. Way to create a drop inside the elevator. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what could that be? The wire. Hang him up, he'll be the wire, yeah. Something to make a drop.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I agree with that.
Because that one does. It's the only one that doesn't make any sense yet. But if we explain it with the
Didn't
wire...
the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
My idea is that they put Nekomaru to sleep mode. I don't know how they did it, but they did. They then tied Nekomaru up with the wire, hoisted him up some with the pillars, I'm guessing. That's the only thing that you can keep up. And then tied him to the doorknob. That's my theory. So, when they went back to the greenhouse, I had to remember the arrangement. When they went back to the greenhouse, they called the elevator down, and then chain events happens, leading to Nekomaru dying. Don't know those exact chains of events, but that's what I'm going with.
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
Slivy, am I somewhat correct about my theorization of how I think Nekomaru was hung up into the air? Because that's my brain gear turning.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
You better not finish that sentence!
That's a dick joke.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy. So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Why?
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Well, he was asleep, so the only thing that breaks is the alarm clock. It's the only thing that would wake him up. Like,
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
nope. I agree with what Kazuya is wondering. It seems that a certain elevation inside the tower was used to kill Nekomaru. I need to find the answer in Kazuya.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
Oh my god.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that! Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him. There's no way they could do that!
There we go. Okay. I had.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
No, it isn't.
If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to him. Now's the time if you want to take... But in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside is just impossible. End of story.
No. Nekomaru did say that if he is awoken by his alarm clock, it would automatically override sleep mode.
What? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode. If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time if you... But in that case, you still won't be able to explain that moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside is just impossible. End of story.
Repeat.
Damn it!
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him up. There's no way they could do that!
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to cut through those words!
I hate the cutting segment, but it's
What do you
so
think would
unique, I
happen
love
if
it.
Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
Didn't we
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why,
You would instantly struggle and causing yourself to fall.
if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Mechamaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that happened was because... Oh. It was that. The risk for Nekomaru put all his rep into the ground, but... Got it. Here comes the incredible strength of 1 billion... Wait, isn't it cracking? If you break off the doorknob, we were stuck here. Yeah, that really was it. Then that's the clue Nekomaru left
I
for
see.
us.
So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so!
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey! Why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this!
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
No, he died by the pillar. We know this. He died by pillar. He died by pillar. Because there was oil and blood on the pillar.
I see! When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar.
Chat in case, like,
Isn't that
anything
it?
happens.
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m., and if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. 'Cause even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
No.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
This is where that kicks in. This is where that kicks in.
Appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know!
Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to your breaking through this contradiction. That's where this kicks in. Hold up. No. Nekomaru has a radio clock, so his clock will always be correct.
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Maybe it's...
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock and...
I don't remember what exactly he said, but the wire, the radio call, hold up. So this is what we found out at the radio clock. So this is our bullet that I want to use. Because a radio clock cannot be adjusted. If it's a radio clock, it can't be adjusted since it automatically receives airwaves to fix itself. It'll automatically update even if it's fixed. Even if you tamper with it. And because of that, the alarm clock timer is always correct. So no one messed with it.
That's gotta be it!
We headed for Grape before 7 a.m.
But the alarm inside was set for 7.
Nekomaru died.
This time of death, one of those must.
The killer probably did some. They probably messed with
With the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. No, that's wrong!
No. The clock cannot be modified.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
Hold up. Okay. Perhaps we overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. I think if I focus, I think I should be able to find the answer. Logic dives, my favorite. I actually love logic dives. I'm not gonna lie. Question 1. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? Where did murder happen? The time at the building? Who is the killer? No, the time. Question 2. What clock was tampered? The buildings, since we established that Nekomaru's radio clock cannot be tampered with. Nope, that's gonna hurt. Question 3. Which house had the wrong time? Fuyuhiko woke up at 5:30 because of the clock firing off. And so Sonia said that no, so it was both. If Nekomaru was 7:30.
It's all coming together! You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
That's a different measure. I'm going to reach the truth in one go.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
If only I heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
By how much did the killer adjust the time inside the building? We can hopefully figure that out.
If the time in the building was off, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's a fact. So that's not
The
wrong.
problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that?
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
Wait.
I agree with that! That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
That's 2
We
hours.
heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge.
Because Hajime heard, we heard when we woke up, it was like 5, like, I think Akane said that she heard it like very early in the morning, like 5:30 or something. Something happened at 5 o'clock, and we were immediately awoken by that. I think someone said it was 5:30. I don't know who it was. But Hajime woke up to a giant rumbling noise very early in the morning, and...
What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
Wait, it was not Akane, it was Fuyuhiko. Why did I say Akane? Because Akane is a count. No. Fuyuhiko said something about 5 o'clock. 5:30, because he was in the lounge sitting. My brain is remembering everything wrong. Okay. No, because Akane was rushed to us, thinking like, hey, did you guys hear that sound early this morning? Something like that. And Fuyuhiko, specifically, was sitting in the lounge, daydreaming, and then the reason why he was suddenly awoke was because the wall alarm clock gone off at 5:30, and he looked at the clock and he was like, why is this going off at 5:30? Why did I remember that wrong? What was I thinking? Something about Akane. I don't know. I was probably thinking about too much of Akane. It's gonna be clipped. I was thinking of too much of Akane. So if that's the case, then
I see!
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they could lure out just Nekomaru.
lure out Nekomaru.
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
No, the only thing that... That'd just be Tai Chi. Right? But he wouldn't notice.
I see!
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Grape Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
There we go. That's what I remembered. This specific scene. When he said, I recognize Nekomaru at like 5 o'clock or something like that because I was in the lounge just chilling, then I went to space, and then the alarm went off suddenly at 5:30, and I'm like, how do you know that? Because I was holding the clock in my hand.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early! He didn't even ask you yet!
Jeez, how outrageous. And honestly, didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Tai Chi. But it turned out after all, so I guess... Turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez! That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot, or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad!
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it! It's incorrect!
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the
There it
clock
is.
in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
Whoever doesn't have an alibi, so Nagito. Hey, it's your favorite boy, the one that got. Nagito wasn't there. Nagito, you're guilty. Because in the cutscene when I was taking screenshots, I think I took a screenshot of that. No, I don't think so. I don't see it on my computer. But anyway, in when we were talking about, you see Fuyuhiko like holding the alarm clock, and it was like fidgeting and screaming, like he was trying to fix it. Kazuichi ran out. Next came Gundam, and then there you go. Those three boys were each other's alibis, but he wasn't anywhere near. I don't think whatever happened to him. I forgot what happened to him. Yeah, no, he wasn't there because he didn't even hear the alarm clock, so it was just like, I think he just ignored it. That's why they had to like refresh. I've actually tell him like, hey, how do you not hear it? This what happened. Anyway.
You're the only one! The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right! Nagito wasn't there!
This is the scene I was
It was
talking
just
about.
me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
And this is why I said 5:30, because I looked at the clock and the little hand was besides Fuyuhiko, but I also remember the little hand being a little after 5 and the big hand being at 30. I can read clocks. I'm smart at times, but this is why I remember.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
He couldn't.
You're definitely fucking lying!
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Huh?
I was in a pretty deep sleep. so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but... It wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I get it. Oh. Oh. I know why. Because Nagito won the rock, paper, scissors, so what do you think type of room you would get? And Chiaki and Sonia got the same room, so basically go with the same room, the winner room, and the number one prize that everyone wants to get if they win something is like something awesome or grand. And the best thing in this case will be the deluxe room. Because Nagito won the rock, paper, scissors. And the prize was deluxe. I just gotta figure out how to spell it. I was trying to click that. How do you spell deluxe? Oh, it's a U. I'm dumb. E. I'm taking too much damage. R. Ow. Ow. Goddamn. Oh. X. Oh.
I got it! Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
The guest rooms are divided up by grade quality. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard room has so air, but it's still pretty decent. The economy room has severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise...
Because it was soundproof.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
I'm going to hurt you.
Now then, you guys must understand by now, right?
I feel like
True
he's
identity
insulting
of
me.
Nekomaru's killer.
Oh, hold on a sec! Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
Somehow I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. Well, who else had the deluxe room? There's one deluxe. No. There's two deluxe, one standard, and two economies. Luichiko, yeah. Nekomaru. No. Yeah, no, Nekomaru got standard, I believe. Fuyuhiko and Kazuichi got crummy. Nagito got Buildox. No. Good night. Well, if that's the case, good night, night. I hope you have good sleepy sleeps.
You're the only one! Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right?
There it is.
Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Huh? Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. Me? After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mechamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Hey, what are you doing? This ruckus, it's louder than the supreme ruler of the Netherworld, bellowing for sacrifice. Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this. Including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction, how many ears do we possess?
2, 4, 6, 8.
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
You said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
Something is obviously wrong when that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. None of this makes sense.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses!
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
Actually, give me that.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses!
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
if the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
Contradiction. I'm gonna find out for the sake everyone's hoping.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two.
No,
No, that's wrong!
because of Nagito. Nagito broke that contradiction easily.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist!
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Nagito.
You're the only one! Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show off. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down... Surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning, the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame! However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
What did you say? Don't make me angry! You wouldn't like me when I'm angry!
No, there's no way. Reason being, because of this, the dagger.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious
What is this?
However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
His argument's exhausting just listening to make me tired. I need to skillfully break
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities? Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
What is this?
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities? Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
What is this?
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities? Even if the turbid box doesn't exist...
What? I have to hit all of those!
You could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion.
Oh, I can go diagonal.
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can go diagonal. Okay. I can go diagonal. Okay.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Okay. I know what to do. Ah, this is hard. Okay. I need to focus.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down!
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down! I already proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning! You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion...
Allow me to cut through those words!
I don't know what that means.
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body.
I just took the first one that showed up. That was hard!
The hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act, so I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what are you...
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties, but even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And, without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought, truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then just as you requested, I will provide an argument that will leave you no choice.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesized! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! For the Tanaka Empire! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! It's Nekomaru's back! Do you really think I can get behind him so easily?
This is the end!
The four dark devas of destruction.
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck.
I messed up that fever time. I actually love that sequence. How did I mess that
As long as
up?
you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh?
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Emissary Ela, in accordance with your ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox on D! I can't do his voice right now. I'm exhausted. Let's press the button. Truly, this is the Silver Lion Lamentation art of the Demon Mouse. Soon, the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mechamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere!
I actually like Gundam. Why did he have to be the killer?
Now, trample this life! Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road! Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands!
I actually like Gundam. Okay. Oh, there's 10 pages. Oh, there's 10 pages. Okay. There's 10 pages. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. house is weird.
Here's everything that happened in this case. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House.
Hi.
Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room.
Hey, thank you for the follow.
This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason.
Playing Danganronpa.
There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru.
Literally just chilling at playing Danganronpa. I think this is the closing argument for the case of Nekomaru.
According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time.
Mecha Nekomaru died.
In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
They're explaining it right now, actually.
This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower.
So basically, how Nekomaru died is it's saying.
And to keep
right
us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru.
I only know the first game. Okay.
Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House.
So, I played the entirety of the first game, and that was actually awesome. So, for the fourth chapter, it's basically the entire chapter takes place in a fun house where everyone is starving to death, and Monokuma is not providing food because Monokuma is a cruel son of a bee. So there is a secret to the fun house, and the suspect, who now I've just confirmed is Gundam, because Gundam is known as the ultimate breeder. He uses hamsters to turn off Nekomaru, who has like a goodnight button on the back of his neck because he's a robot. But before that, he wasn't a robot, he was a human. There's an actual legitimate reason why he was transformed from a human to a robot. Long story short for that was like during chapter 3 or 2, he was hurt very badly, so he had to go from human body to robot body, and then there you go. So because of that, that's how that happened. But because he has that button now, he also has an internal clock, a radio clock, that will always tell the correct time. Now, this is a fun house, so time, space, awareness, everything is thrown to whack, except for Nekomaru, who has that sort of immunity, because he's a robot and he has that radio clock. Not only, but Gundam took advantage of that, and because of the funhouse, there's also a secret room. That you find the secret room, you find the secret to the funhouse. You find the octagon room, which is the secret room. No, this is the second game. In a sense, when Gundam found the secret, he used the ultimate weapon, which turns the ultimate weapon, which is literally the funhouse itself, and used it to kill Nekomaru, or Mecha-Maru.
After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful. And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up.
Will I play the third game? Yeah. No, I will definitely play the third game. I do have the third game. I might also play the Ultra Despair Girls, the first-person shooter, in the sense of Danganronpa. I want to play that game. Sounds like that looked like fun.
He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died.
Yeah, he died.
The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob, and meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
There he is.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that!
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
He went down. Hey. Hey. Oh god, that's a lot of coins. Oh no.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Done. See, I never actually suspected him. I never did. Class trial and all rise. I think that was the ultimate princess, I think. No, Gundam is the ultimate breeder. He is the one that has the 4 Dark Devas of Destruction, the 4 hamsters. That's always around him and its scarf. Sonya Nevermind is the ultimate princess. She is the one that likes Gundam and calls Kazuichi a pest. Yeah. Tell me all their talents. Okay. Gundam Tanaka, the one that just got killed, is... I'll actually just tell you on as I go. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse. Nekomaru, the one that died, he is known as the ultimate team manager. Was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yay, I'll say that without biting my tongue.
Now then.
So, Nagito Komaeda, he is known as the ultimate lucky student. So yeah. Now then, we decide who the killer is. Let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. Hajime, the main protagonist, we just discovered in chapter 4 and in the past streams that he doesn't have an ultimate. He is the reserve student department. So yeah. Then the reserve student department are basically people who don't enter Hope's Academy through grand, extraordinary, ultimate talents. No, they just enter by paying off a large tuition fee and passing a test. That's how they do it. But hold on. It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean that the incident's over. We cannot finish yet until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Fall, my tears.
Gundam Tanaka. He is known as the ultimate breeder. Why do you want to talk to who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would be unnecessary for you to say something.
Listen well!
Is what I would like to say. No, Gundam is the ultimate breeder. I'm getting to all the talents. But for honor's sake, I shall tell you one thing, correct?
How pitiful.
You guys, you said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Akane Awara. She is known as... No, I think she's known as the... Fuck, what was her ultimate? I actually forgot her ultimate. Okay, Akane Owari, she is known as the ultimate gymnast. Okay.
This, too, must be the will of
He
causality.
was trying to cling to life. There are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Explain. Fine, then I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse. I devised a killing plan utilizing the secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. I sensed my subtle killing intent, instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In this situation, if he wanted to run away, it would be easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help. but he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose to fight. Fight that risked life and death.
That is...
Okay, so Sonia, never mind. The girl that is standing right now, she is known as the ultimate princess. This is the ultimate princess, not Gundam. A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell you
He was
this.
serious too. He gave it his all to try to kill me. Huh? If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Mechmaru really did that? Chiaki Nanami, she is known as the ultimate gamer. Mechmaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
This scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
Nekomaru Idai, like I said, he is the ultimate team manager. Nekomaru Nidai, or Mechamaru Nidai, because he's a robot, is the ultimate team manager.
That's a great line.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka! Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me! I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance!
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might! I won't go easy on you! Don't even think about holding back! Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics! Give me everything you got!
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I had no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell
However,
you this.
I must say this. What's the point of living if you're waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. This is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Kazuichi Soda, I think she is the last one that's currently alive. Kazuichi Soda, he is known as the ultimate mechanic. So yeah. I think I got everything? So yeah, I think I got everyone that is currently alive. No, there's one more. Wait, are you telling us you just want to wait until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. The ultimate lucky student. Huh? Do you mean that you'd rather die?
Fall, my
Ever
tears.
since we were locked inside the building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life. That's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lives engage in cannibalism.
Listen well!
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of killing is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
Would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You!
Are you saying all that to try and justify what you did?
But
it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why their fault, right?
Damn it!
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall, my
But even
tears.
so, do you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime.
you...
Why? What about the final dead room? What did you do? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was merely child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that. Well, it's also because you unexpectedly admired your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka!
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice for the sake of you fools.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10 billion years. I need to go on vacation. The name Offendemonium. It's impossible. Is it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Nah, it's alright. It's alright. Now then. Let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's time the fun just started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Got it! I prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka!
Please wait!
Please wait, this is too much.
I beg of you!
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia,
I beg of you!
please, I beg of you.
How pitiful.
Sonia, an act as unrefined as stopping a man who's going to his death does not befit nobles such as yourself. Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction, that is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor.
this is sad.
I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Game over. Gundam Tanaka has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Gundam Tanaka Stampede Ultimate Breeder. Something. Oh. Oh, that is actually sad. That is actually sad. I felt that. I felt that. That actually stings. That actually stings. Okay. Okay. Yep. Apparently, I do have emotions. No. And finally, Fujihiko Kazuri, he is known as the ultimate Yakuza. So, yeah. The ultimate Yakuza is a talent, I guess, that's passed down by the eldest. I'm not crying. They're just a ninja cutting onions. Don't worry about it. Anyway, but yeah. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parted words still linger deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand that what he meant? Then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it. Damn it! I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something.
Damn it!
I've been spending so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit. Every last one of you. I'm the biggest piece of shit, is me.
The worst.
But damn it. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way back out of hell, and I presume he'll be very cross with us. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Gundam will definitely crawl his way back out of hell just for us. And tell him, like, God damn it! We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey!
So how long are you guys gonna stand around chatting? The class trial is over. It's okay if you hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing skill trip will be prepared as usual. So make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on. How much longer are you gonna keep doing this? Seriously, how long is he gonna keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey!
Hold on a sec, that's a mood shift so damn fast!
Not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam Nekamaru said. That's what it means to live, right?
Huh.
She's clearly something else. I'm starving.
Hey.
Then let's go back for now to eat. And then after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trials come to an end, and once again we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished, but despite that, even if it was the rest of us, we did our very best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was superficial. But at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. Before everyone else too. But it's too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's just no way the file had just Hajime information.
Well,
I guess there's too many. They're too busy with other matters, or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I couldn't forgive this.
damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way I could let this run loose. I'll be the one who stopped this once and for all. Even if it cost me my life.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
Alright, Monokuma has arrived. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thank you for coming.
What's this?
Why? Is it the lonely little Nagito? Are you all alone tonight too?
What's the matter?
So, what's up? Your face looks scary. I see, so you can tell. Perhaps you found who the traitor is. You know me very well.
Wow.
Is what I like to say, but unfortunately I haven't learned that yet. So even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So why'd you summon me anyway? Were you gonna finally confess your love?
Hey.
I summoned because there's something I really need to ask you. About the special prize from the final death room. Oh? Oh yeah, what about it? There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
You don't even know?
Well, there's a traitor from Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person the total number still should be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
With the file documents that were created at Hope Speak Academy, right?
Of course.
That's right. I just reused the stuff from the former headmaster. Spent a lot of time making.
But
This file even contains information about the traitor. Was that person also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy?
Who knows?
Hoo-hoo, I wonder.
hey,
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? It's my job to heat things up. It's okay if I do something small like this, right?
well,
That's not my point.
right?
My point is you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled up.
Well, you're splendidly correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along. Even though I knew who it was, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monokuma. Monomi, after losing her magic stick, the traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Their existence means nothing, huh?
No.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know?
Huh?
Cooperation?
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone in this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I...
If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no-no.
Unbelievable.
I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you, too.
Well,
I knew you'd say that. Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Just as I thought. You saw right through me.
you're right.
No matter what the situation I find myself in, my core of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, step-ladders such as myself and despair exist. You're right. You're a true believer of hope, after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason.
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know what you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person,
Man.
they must be extremely unlucky.
Like...
But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this.
Well,
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
you don't know?
Wouldn't you say that coming across this much despair is rather a rare opportunity? I can't rely on anything on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I limit despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that could even be called ultimate hope. The two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey,
There's one more thing I want to ask you.
see?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey,
Well, answer my question.
That's...
If that's the case, if the person is already on this island, wouldn't that be exciting? I can't do his laugh. I cannot do Monokuma's laugh. Five days left, 11 hours and 13 minutes. Chapter 4. Do Ultimate Robots dream of clockwork? 7 students remain. To be continued. Hell, how daring. Okay. Alright. Anyway, that was the class trial. It took 3 hours. So if I actually continued it from last stream, it would have ended around like in 7 hours. Oh boy, that was something. Okay. Anyway. With this being said, I'm glad that all of you guys joined my stream and stayed with me for the Danganronpa thing. But with that being said, I'm going to leave you off with this. I was thinking about doing Persona, but PS Remote Play is acting weird always, so I'll probably do it later. But anyway, with that being said, I'll leave you off with this. All good things must come to an end. With that being said, I'll catch you all in all good things must come to an end. With that being said, I'll leave you off with this. If I cannot do my outro, I'm literally having Nagito's mind in and I'm like telling Nagito, get out. This is my outro time. All good things must come to an end. With that being said, that means that the stream must come to an end as well. Thank you for enjoying your time and actually spending some time with me. To the people that were always jumping in and out and staying, or to people that were stayed all the way through. I'm glad that you actually stayed and had some fun time. But this stream has to end for now. But we will be back with another game tomorrow. So if you do like these streams, I do backlog all my streams onto my YouTube channel, where all my streams stay up to date, and you'll basically able to like watch all of my streams like in probably in a few sittings. Hey, it's always good to watch my past streams, especially when everything is nice and good. And not only that, you can always stop by and participate in an actual stream itself. But hey, we're all having fun here. So if you want to, all the links are in the about section as well. Do give my YouTube channel a subscribe, and also do enjoy the past streams that I've done, and also do if you want to keep following the stream, do give me a follow and stop by my stream sometime as well. There's a Discord link in the about section as well. You can join that Discord whenever I go live for Twitch and whenever a new video has been uploaded. Also, whenever I make some updates around any servers that I'm participating in, all the relative notification that I do will be broadcasted there. But with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one, alright? Cheers!